I'm Ashley Deem, Associate Publisher and Editor of Fantini's Gaming Report. I am here with Scientific Games' VP of Product Marketing, Greg Colella. Greg is going to demonstrate some of the newest and best products here at Scientific Games' booth. Greg?
Thank you, Ashley. And the product I'm going to show you first is our Revolution Reels game. This is debuting exclusively on our Prism game table. So the Prism game table allows actually up to 4 players to play at once. And then here's a little bit about the Revolution Reels. It's actually a stud poker game. So you can see we have multiple decks of cards around kind of a wheel. So think of it as a wheel with spokes that essentially is going to help players build their hands. So the first thing I need to do is ante on the game. So I'm going to do that with a $5 chip. And then that opens up multiple other bet options that I have. So I can bet the side bet here with the deck option, and then I can also bet on maybe getting either a diamond flush or a heart flush. So those open up the different pay tables that you see here. So the game is going to animate right now. It's going to make up those cards. It's actually also going to add some wild cards to help me out a little bit. And now you see it populating those cards, essentially turning them over. And then just think of this as kind of like a spokes on a wheel. It's going to try to build up some of the best hands possible. So we've got a 3 of a kind here. We've got a couple other 3 of a kinds around the different wheels that I have a couple of different winning combinations. So this is one of my first Prism games. I'll also have a roulette style of game available, and I also have a Monopoly game, but this has been Revolution Reels. So this is Blazing Sevens Blackjack. This is one of my newest blackjack side bet games, actually a very, very popular one. It really married one of the most popular Bally slot machines, Blazing Sevens, with one of the most popular table games, Blackjack. So I've made my initial wager, and then I've also made my side wager. Essentially what this side wager does is it buys this pay table that you see here that pays off on sevens, in most cases 3 sevens with either diamonds or suited or the same color. So all sorts of different combinations. Very straightforward, very easy to understand. So we're going to see that take place right now. So we've got a 13, so why don't we hit that? And we've got 18. So can you set up a hand for the side bet for us? So the dealer, so it's your standard blackjack game. She's now going to set up a hand for us so I can show you how the side bet actually works so that we can pay off a progressive. So let's say I have a 2. She's got a king of hearts face up plus her regular hold card. So I get a 7 there that I have actually suited, which is now going to pay me a matching wager for my bet. And that is Blazing Sevens Blackjack, our newest blackjack variation. Okay, we're here at the Global Gaming Expo making the debut of our first group of James Bond games. So this is kind of a classic set of films that everybody knows from the 60s, from the 70s, to the 80s, to the 90s, to the 2000s. So really happy to actually make this debut here at G2E. We have exclusive rights to all 24 of the James Bond movies. All 6 of the Bond actors, the villains, the ladies, the music are all part of the games. You see here we help the display with the actual full-size Aston Martin. You will actually see 3 different James Bond games here at the show: Casino Royale, Diamonds Are Forever, and the Goldfinger games, all part of our James Bond display. I'll tell you a little bit more about each of those games right now. Okay, so this is one of my newest James Bond games. We're debuting exclusively here at G2E. The first one that I want to show you is my first Goldfinger game. So this game is actually debuting exclusively on the TwinStar J43 with iReels. It is a 43-inch display. Notice that there are actually 3 cutouts actually in the display, and I actually have traditional mechanical reels that sit behind that, so they give a very kind of seamless look. I can actually animate all sorts of different things to kind of enhance the gameplay experience for the player. So the way that my Goldfinger game works is, one, it's a multi-level progressive. You see the mini, minor, and major jackpots. Up at the very top, you also notice that there is a wide area progressive jackpot that is part of this game. So I'm going to play just a couple of basic spins for you so you get a little bit of a feel for it. Notice how I can animate those pay lines right on the screen. So you see that there again. So I'm going to actually trigger one of the features for you now. And this is going to be one of the wheel jackpot features. So notice how I just kind of cover the entire reel set and animate now right above those actual mechanical reels. So kind of a classic James Bond sequence for the open. Notice I got a chance at the wheel, so that is in a winning combination, so it's going to trigger the feature. You see an animation plays for the player. So it really tries to prompt the player to get involved in the game. So actually it's encouraging me to touch and slide. Classic James Bond music that's part of this. So in this case, I got the mini jackpot. So that is our Goldfinger game on the TwinStar J43 with iReels. So here is my next James Bond themed slot machine, and this is the Diamonds Are Forever game. It's actually a 3-reel mechanical stepper. We will position this product at a little bit higher price point. It's meant for high denomination players. We have a classic wheel element that's part of the game, and also the multi-level progressive that you see as part of it. So we're going to spin the reels just a little bit, so if you can give a couple of spins to that. So you see very kind of traditional style of game. What I really want to show you is the wheel feature. So would you mind showing the wheel feature first? The wheel bonus? Yep. So this is the wheel feature that's in the game. I trigger it with the 3 wheel kind of watermark symbols that are there. It's going to encourage me to press the button, and now it's going to prompt players up to the top box feature of the game. So I can win all sorts of different credit amounts. I can win different features within the wheel. So everything's going to happen with the wheel in this game. So in this case, I run on a flat credit amount. In this case, 25 credits. So there's a second feature that I want to show you real quick. If you could trigger the Q bonus for me, please. Thank you. So again, same type of trigger. You get the 3 little wheels. Prompts me up top. So I get another spin of the wheel. And you see Plenty is there with James Bond in this clip. So if everybody remembers Q from the movies, Q always helped James Bond out with all sorts of different gadgets. You remember this scene from the movie. He's got a ring that actually can help you win some jackpots on slot machines, so we've simulated that again. And you have the ring that's actually going to help build up some winning combinations in the game. So you also get a respin feature in this part as well. So that is my next James Bond game. That is Diamonds Are Forever on the 3RM with mechanical wheel. Okay, so this is another one of my brand new James Bond games. This is Casino Royale. It is debuting exclusively on the Game Field 2.0. So this is a new cabinet for us. You see the base game has a 43-inch display. Got a large curved screen up at the top. Another multi-level progressive, wide area progressive style of game. If you want to just give the game a couple of spins. So you see my reel set here. Very kind of unique configurations. You see all sorts of symbols associated with the original Casino Royale movie. She'll give it one last spin, and I'll show you one of the features. So why don't we trigger the, I think the gold chip, yep. So this is one of the features within the game. I'm actually triggering it with these gold chips right here. Now it goes into a respin mode. And here what I'm trying to do is accumulate as many chips that I possibly can. It does a reveal at the end here. And what you're going to see is it's going to eventually start to show me some credit amounts that I win as the player. So you see I'm starting to accumulate a fairly large jackpot. Now I'm going to go into the card feature. So the card feature has credit amounts, it has jackpot amounts, and it also has free spins. I can win all sorts of different free spins. So we've done a very unique thing here. If you remember the Casino Royale opening with the animations, very unique art style. So you've got the target there. It's going to eventually actually shoot one of these cards, and then the card that it actually shoots, I'll get the prize that is associated with that card. So let's see where I land. And I get a 007 at top. That means I've got the 90,000 credit award in this particular case. That is our Casino Royale game, which is part of our first series of James Bond games. So I have another new game to show you, and that is Monopoly Hotshot. Monopoly Hotshot is actually debuting in a brand new game configuration for us. This is the Twin Star V75. So you see it's a larger, very bright, big, beautiful cabinet. Very comfy, one of the most comfortable kind of larger size cabinets to sit down and play. I've got an oversized iDeck. I got two different spin buttons for a player on either side of the chair to activate the reels. So this game is kind of a marriage between the classic Monopoly brand and the old kind of hotshot progressive games that Bally did back in the day. So we took both of those features and now put them into one game. So you see I have a 3-reel game. It's a 3x3 stack. I just triggered a wild paying combination. So I'm going to first show you the hotshot feature. So these are the classic gaming games that we did originally for Hotshot Progressive. It's going to create these little mini games, and I'm essentially playing for this pay table here. So I didn't get a payout on that game. So the next one is a diamond line. So I got my sevens pay, my mixed sevens. And then I'm going to get one last spin. The gaming games are always quick little features that happen very, very frequently, and they also pay out the pay tables that essentially pop up. So the last feature that I want to show you that is part of this game is the board feature. It wouldn't be a Monopoly game without a Monopoly board. So I see the dog kind of walking across. I'm going to get 3 of those symbols to actually trigger the bonus feature. So you get the Monopoly board starting to animate. It's going to prompt the player to roll the dice. So I've got 4 rolls and a set of dice. So I'm going to roll those dice. You saw I did it really up high there. I got sevens. So now my dog, where is he? He's at go. He's going to move, and it looks like this time I got a chance. So what happens with a chance? Well, that means I get to draw a card. So it's going to populate those on both the large screen in a moment, and it's also going to put them on the iDeck, so the player can make their selection at either spot. So in that case, I've got the 90,000 credit pick, so it looks like I made the best pick in the game. So I still have 3 more dice. You gotta love my angle. I'm throwing those up real high, and I've got 5, and then this time it's gonna roll on the utilities. So you see that you're going to get a bonus theme for different properties, for the free parking, for the railroads, all the different kind of classic elements of the Monopoly board. And I've got 2 more rolls that are part of this, but that essentially is how the game works, and that is Monopoly Hotshot on the Twin Star V75.